to get awarded, to make sure that we know the right person, put in the right job. So this guy doing good research, give him to do research. Don't do teaching like me. I do only 2 hours teaching for a week. Because they know that I don't like teaching. Right, you do research, you supervise a lot of students. This guy don't want to do research, don't give him money. Take him teaching loan. Something like this. I think it depends who you are and how you use it. Scopus and ISI is the same to me. It depends which one you like. Depending on the disciplines, like Scopus, there's a lot of science in there, and still weak for the social side, right? In ISI, they have 3 different products: SSCI, SCIs, and ASI, something like that. So it depends on how you like it. If you rely on impact factor, you go to Scopus. If you don't believe, like me, you go to Scopus. If you don't believe anything, you go to Google. Something like that. Because it's easy, you don't need to invest. And the problem with the Google is not a systematic records. You don't look for the articles very easily. You don't have everything in one go. That's what I feel. I don't use Google. Use Google when I want something about dramas, news, actor, actress, something like that. Thank you.
Thank you. I think there was a second part of the question on plagiarism. Is that something you would like to comment on also? And how is that something that citation indices can assist with? Or anyone with any like comment?
Well, I heard there is some sort of a software that one can use to check. Yes, plagiarism. One can compare what has been written already with what's being submitted.
Okay.
Can I say something else? I think, if one, as a scientist, we're part of a big community, an international scientific community. And all the scientists contribute to that pool of knowledge. And nobody can do research in a scientific vacuum. I mean, everybody has to contribute, and everybody learns from that pool of knowledge that's out there. So I think it's our obligation to contribute to that pool of knowledge, especially if we've already done the work that we know can contribute to that pool of knowledge.
Thank you. Do we have another question? Yes. Again, please introduce yourself and then state your question.
Natasha Bravos from Visayas State University. This is for the 2 Filipinos in the panel. I was just amazed on the slide on the kind of dissertations and theses that we are producing from our graduate schools. Now my question is, how can we break the bad cycle of producing poor theses, poor graduates, and at the same time produce poor research outputs when they get back to their respective offices or universities after graduation, so that we will be able to improve, again, our research productivity in terms of publications. I got the idea, for example, that perhaps the titles or the theses there that were in one slide, that were featured in one slide, are not qualified perhaps for publications in technical journals.
So what can we do?
What can we do
in the journal ecosystem to develop, improve the research?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I think if we look at from the perspective of quality, I mean, there's a problem here about graduate program in universities. So if you look at the graduate program, we look at the content, and we also look at the faculty. So definitely there will be problems in there if these are the kind of dissertations and masteral thesis which we are receiving. And well, it's difficult to discuss that now because it's quite internal. And we'll be discussing 2,185 universities here. But let's try to influence JED to come up with something like a quality control on graduate programs in Philippine universities. Now, if we look at this, I was thinking a while ago, but I wasn't able to articulate it. There were problems in journals, local journals, concerning the number of submissions. Get some very few submissions in one journal. Why not the editors come up with some programs within your university, since these are university-based journals? Something like mentoring. Mentoring faculty members and graduate students to transform these thesis and dissertations sitting in your library gathering dust 2 years in and out into a publishable article. And try to have that published in your journal, or if it's really a good article, then we can publish it to a very good journal international. So that could be one way to increase the research productivity of the Philippines. We can also do that. So it's instead of just waiting for papers to come in,
Being
we
more
have to go out.
proactive. Being more proactive
Yes.
in
We have to go out
as I
and fish
suggested
for those
earlier also,
papers.
attending conferences
right.
and setting up mentoring programs so that we have more output from the community. Yes, ma'am, would you like to comment? Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention another model. I mean, theses in a way are sort of dead documents in that they sit on shelves in libraries and nobody ever reads them.
Yeah.
But more and more universities nowadays are not requiring a thesis and just requiring thesis through publication. So the only requirement is that the student produces, I don't know, 1, 2 or 3 papers that go into internationally refereed journals, and then you get the publications out there, you get the research out there. You don't have to produce this dead document that molders away and never gets read. So, I mean, most universities that have adopted this model give you an alternative. You can go one way or the other. You can produce the thesis, or you can be accredited by producing, you know, a certain number of research publications. So in a way, it would help both the Philippine journal system and the universities to improve the standards. If you can get more papers out there, they're going to hopefully be refereed at a high standard. So I can't see that there is any way you'll lose by doing that.
So that's one way of aligning the policy research with the research policy with publication.
Yeah, so education and publication will be happening at the same time.
I'll have Dr. Cruz first and Dr. Coelho.
Yeah, I think we really need to, but in the College of Science, it's now required to have an ISI publication before one can get a PhD.
Yeah.
And that should also be brought down to the MS level, that we should also require publication. And that's a way of ensuring that the quality of research is good because of the referees that has to go through. So that's practically the same as what you said.
Well, I guess the thing is that some universities require no thesis whatsoever. The thesis no longer exists. So maybe you have to write a 3-page introduction saying what you've done, then you just point to where those articles have gone. And I mean, more and more theses become dead documents. They're an archaic form of academic expression. We've got many fields of research.
One of the things that has been done is to accept a publication as already part of the thesis.
Yeah.
Although there are some, well, it's like a mix. So you have a chapter that's practically that publication, and then other chapters that need to be written out later, maybe some other experiments to be done.
Yeah. Well, I think universities more and more are going beyond that. And I mean, people resist it because there are people, older people, who say, oh God, I suffered horribly through my thesis, therefore everybody in the future should suffer horribly through their thesis as well. You just need to invent new ways to have people suffer. You don't have to do it through the thesis.
That's right. Would you like to comment?
Hello. Just going to follow up Dr. Guyanen's points about the quality of graduate faculty in the Philippines. You know, in the private universities, most graduate faculty members are very qualified, but they are part-time. In other words, they are only hired to teach the graduate courses.
Lecturers, no?
and therefore they are not there all the time.